Good morning. This is Elder G again. I want to show you a clip from Abby Phillips' show on CNN. How they gonna start putting the governor is gonna start putting Turning Point USA, the organization that Charlie Kirk founded. They're gonna put it in all the schools in Oklahoma. They want to start teaching prejudice in the Oklahoma city school when black and brown people is using their tax dollars to fund the school, but you're going to put an organization within the classroom to teach people how to be racist.
You said that they are only getting these jobs because of their race or gender, and not because they are qualified. So are they qualified or not?
That's not what I said.
Are they qualified or not?
Abby Phillip on her CNN show went up against two MAGA weasels in Hogan Gidley and Brad Todd in a heated debate about the ongoing Charlie Kirk insanity that's happening in the United States. We're going to take a look at this debate between Abby Phillip and the rest on her CNN show. I'm going to add my thoughts on this as well. Let's get into it together.
Oklahoma tonight says it will require a Turning Point chapter at every high school in the state. That, of course, is the group that Charlie Kirk founded. The state superintendent, who you might be familiar with because he's no stranger to controversy, says that it's a move that's designed to fight the left.
We have seen the outpouring from parents, teachers, and students that want to be engaged in the meaningful work going on at Turning Point. For far too long, we have seen radical leftists with the teachers union dominate classrooms and push woke indoctrination on our kids. What we're going to continue to do is make sure that our kids understand American greatness, engage in civic dialogue, and have that open discussion. We will continue to do all that we can to make sure Oklahoma students have the best education possible.
And if that's not enough, here's what he wrote in a letter to parents. Whether your child attends a public school, private school, or is homeschooled, they now have the tools to start a chapter, make their voices heard. Our kids must get involved and active. Our fight starts now. Sochi, I don't even know where to begin, but this is real. This is actually happening in America.
Yeah, and it's scary. I mean, what happened to Charlie Kirk was a tragedy. And I actually take offense saying that the left wasn't speaking out, because I did, and so did a lot of other people, Democrats, did speak out that day and the days after. But I do not think that we should be forcing ideology on our children, especially in public schools. After the shooting of Gabby Giffords, we were not forcing ideology in Arizona about guns. You know, after a Minnesota state legislator was killed and her husband was killed in their home by an anti-abortion activist, we weren't going into Minnesota schools and trying to promote abortion in those schools. So there are things that happen, and there are ways to honor Charlie Kirk's legacy. And I honestly think the best way to do that was what Erica Kirk was saying, was respect for the First Amendment, was things that Charlie lived by. This is not the respect for our public institutions and for First Amendment. This is forcing an ideology into our schools that I think is unacceptable.
Okay.
Okay. Oklahoma itself, obviously a very conservative place. All 77 counties went for Donald Trump. They most likely will embrace at least parts of this. In the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, I think it can't be overstated the importance
American people, this is LG again. Listen, a lot of good old white people in Oklahoma, that black kids is going to the school and Mexican kids is going to the school. A lot of white kids gonna get their you know what kicked. Okay? Because as soon as you come and they teach you that same racism that Charlie Kirk going around talking about, oh, I'm getting on a plane, if I see a black pilot, I'm worried. Talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson, the most educated person in the Supreme Court, Letitia James. You talking about very educated people that they ain't qualified. They only got their job from DEI. All you gonna do is get your little white angel kid butt stomped in the Oklahoma school. I don't believe in violence. I'm talking like this from educational purpose. I don't pretend. I don't use fake words. I tell you what I mean. I tell you I don't believe in violence. But if a little white kid come up with my face talking that crap, you know they're going to get their butt kicked. You know they're going to get stomped. And those very kids that stomped them, they did the right thing, because the Bible tells you, and every state tells you, you got the right to stand your ground. If people are using racial slurs against you, that's violating my civil rights. Now the superintendent in Oklahoma, he want to put that teaching in every high school. That's inviting kids to be killed. That's inviting kids to be beat up. America, you sick. America, white America, y'all sick, man. Y'all sick. Y'all want to start a war so bad. Y'all want to die so bad. You know that black and brown people ain't going to stand for it. You know it. That's why you doing it. Because you know we ain't going to stand there. We ain't going to be no doormat for nobody. You doing it with our tax dollar. Shame on you. Shame on you. What about the Constitution? What about justice supposed to be blind? You are a hypocrite, man. You're a hypocrite. You're going to get everything that you deserve. You're going to get everything that you deserve.